into our meditation posture. Check your feet and legs if they're down on the ground, if you're sitting at a desk. And if you're sitting in the cross-legged position, just make sure you're comfortable. That's the most important thing, because we're trying to work with our mind. If our body is distracting us, it's not going to work. So I just talk about this particular way of sitting because that's how it's laid out, in the Lam Rim. So we just do the best we can. Hands in meditation mudra, right hand nestled in the left, with the thumbs touching. And make sure your sits bones are on something firm and they are raised, maybe 2 to 4 inches. Shoulders are over the hips. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. Welcome, Victor. Welcome, Manuel. And imagine someone is lengthening your spine, putting some air in between those discs. So just bring your mind to the same place your body is. And if you like, you can imagine someone's very gently pulling your ears upwards and gliding your head backwards towards your shoulders, so your ears are aligned with your shoulders. The head is slightly tipped forward and the eyes are down. If they were open, you'd be looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And let's just bring our attention to the crown of the head. Relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, that area around the mouth. And the back of the head, relax the scalp there, the occipital bone, and the ears, the inner ear, the temples, the jaw, back of the tongue. And just relax, release any tension in the back of the neck and the shoulders, allow them to drop down. Shoulder blades drop down. Relax the throat, the chest, the belly, the limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes, and bring your mind to the breath. Just noticing the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. If there are any sounds in your external environment, just allow those sounds to be there. And just notice what attracts, distracts, and creates aversion in your mind in terms of sound. And just allow those sounds to be there. Notice them, try not to engage, have opinions. Allow them to fade into the background as you focus on the breath. And now you'll notice your thoughts. They arise. Just allow them to arise, abide, and fall. And just imagine you're sitting on the riverbank, watching a river. While you are on the riverbank, watching the river, you are not in the river. That means you're free of the river. And when you're watching your mind with curiosity, and interest. You're free from the mind. But while you're engaged with the mind, with opinions, stories, this and that, and you're all caught up, you're not free. So take a step back, sit on the bank of the river and watch that river of mental moments as it goes by, without judgment, criticism, opinions, and bring the mind back to the breath. So let's just bring all the people of our life to our mind, our loved ones, our spouses, our friends, our children, our besties, people we have difficulty with, and then there's those ones who just fleetingly move in and out of our lives. The delivery man or woman, person. The people in front of us in the pharmacy. The people in the car next to us. The children on their bikes as they're riding home from school. The young boy on a skateboard as you're going for your walk. All fleeting. But they all deserve our equal concern because they all wish to be happy and they all wish to be free from suffering. And at any time, anyone from these groups of people could change place. The friend, the enemy, and the stranger. So just think, we're going to do this meditation this evening, this Vajrasattva practice, purification, for the benefit of all these people of our life, and then we'll just bring to mind all the people that are involved with these fires. I saw today there's a video that can be seen from space. That smoke looks pretty thick. So for all of you there in Santa Fe, New Mexico, northern New Mexico and Arizona, making strong prayers, we do this purification. May the smoke clear, the fires stop, and a rain of fresh water fall down on them, put them all out. And then think of Carol and her cows and her cats and her dogs. Hope they all get out safely. Okay, so just remember, we are creating negativity with our mind. So we're going to create positivity with our mind. And remember also, there is no negativity that cannot be purified. So sincerely regret, first of all, from the depths of your heart, anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And then in general, you can regret all. And the reason we do regret is based on this logic of karma. Everything we experience is due to our past karma, our actions. And so logically, before our actions turn into future suffering, we want to pull out those karmic seeds before they ripen. So think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want this future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. So we can also regret any anger and attachment and the rest. This is our delusions that are the cause of why we harm others. And again think, I'm sick of this suffering. So think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing Vajrasattva to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. He is medicine. So you just imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your Lama, your teacher, your trusted mentor, manifesting in this form for your benefit. You can imagine he's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by mud, just like your potential Buddhahood. Born out of our delusions, but untainted by them. So he has this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all the beings of your life. He has no judgmental thoughts towards you. However it is you're showing up this evening, it's perfectly fine. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a Vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion, and their being crossed represents a union of these two. And this symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. And remember, he's wearing this 5-pointed crown on his head, celestial robes in the royal Indian style. They're all silken robes. He's wearing jewelry around his waist and neck, arms, feet. He has a beautiful aura of light around his head and around his body. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened by this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva. May I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So this little section on compassion, just to remember, in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So think about perhaps somebody you have harmed recently, and just develop a wish in your heart for them to be free from suffering. And then also the same for someone who has harmed you, although a little bit more difficult. Because of the harm that they've caused you, they will experience suffering in the future. So think in this way and develop compassion for them because of that, rather than a sense of wishing for them to suffer also. And that's not going to work in the long run for you. So the power of the remedy, this is actual medicine, doing the practice of purification, which includes the recitation of the mantra and the visualization. So let's imagine now purifying first of all the body. So Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar like coming out of a hose quite strongly. You can imagine a nice forceful shower like one of those power shower heads, or even maybe Niagara Falls. Very strong, powerful nectar pouring into you, filling your entire body completely, and it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa Supakaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified. I think there's no way you could do anything other than benefit others now with your body. So next is the purification of the speech. And Guru Vajrasattva again, and very happily, sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So it's just the same as, sort of like the same as when you, Lama Yeshe would say, when you turn on a tap in the sink and fill up a dirty glass, all the kind of junk in the glass comes to the top and overflows. Except Lama Rinpoche suggests that it's a quite forceful overflow, like enough of a force to blow the hat off a head. So imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying, talking badly about others behind their backs. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tatagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine that it's not possible to do anything other than be of benefit to others now with your speech. So as soon as they hear your sweet voice, it benefits their mind. So next is a purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva now, very compassionately, sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a room and you switch on a light. That light instantly dispels the darkness. So just imagine in here, this light is instantly dispelling the darkness of the negativity of your mind. All your delusions, your depression, anger, jealousy, bitterness, attachment, unhealthy desire, grasping, neediness. All these things drive us all crazy, you know. So imagine he instantly dispelled by this light. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Duda mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita duda mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita duda mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita duda mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, gone, completely finished. And think now there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is a purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech and mind. So just imagine now, or you can recite if you wish, a couple of mantras each for the visualizations of the body, of the speech and mind. And you can also just imagine, if that's a bit too intense, you can just imagine light and nectar pouring into you, filling you, and completely eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tathagata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mempiyata sawa kama sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramame Mudra Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So now feel you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity is left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So next we come to the power of resolve, and this is the fourth step and the most crucial step. Well, a very crucial step in this process is where we just decide. We make a decision to refrain from harming. And so just think of something, whether it's something you've been working on for a while, or it's something that you knew that's just kind of popped up that you've realized. And just think, I'm going to refrain from this thing for 5 seconds or 8 hours overnight while I'm sleeping. Whatever it is you can do, so we don't lie to ourselves and say, well, I'm going to do this, never going to do this again, because we have habits. So just create something in your mind, something that's doable. And this determination to not do again is what gives us the strength to change. So Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE calls this, we used to call this union oneness. And Rinpoche recommends for us to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a moment. So you could be thinking about all things, like all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You could perhaps, the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit and the positive energy you've created this evening doing this purification to all living beings, thinking, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So again, just remember all those people caught up in the fires, people having to evacuate, people with animals, people breathing in, all you people down there breathing in all that smoke. So just dedicate for all this to be cleared up as soon as possible. Okay. For His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the long life prayer, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lamsa Rinpoche, maybe we chant this one. Ho tup shu chang shin jam gon Galloway. Tenzing kyong pelway kunzo dog porze. Chog sum kurwe legmon tu dru. Pa dog sog duje gondu jab ten shu. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. Geshe Cherub, beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay. The week went so fast and the meditation goes so fast. All right, and the weekend will go so fast, and pretty soon we'll all be 80 or 90 and wondering what happened to our life. So anyway, make the most of it. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for hosting, Alexis. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. Okay, lots of love. We got a Tara Puja on Monday, right?
Yep.
We do? Okay, so come if you wish. It's fun. Okay. All right, thanks everyone. Lots of love. Good night, everybody. Thank you.